Hello, my Rich Hours here. This is ITS128, first big semester, and I'm just gonna get you started and about what we can talk about the syllabus and how I'm gonna be creating and where to find everything. This semester we're starting. I'm sharing my screen. This semester we're starting on this MAMA, new learning management system. So I'm gonna log in, and however you log in, you log in. Oh, look, I already logged in. Okay, now someplace, this class is ITS 128, so you're either on this one or on this one. And one of them is for those who register to come in and to the classroom in the first floor of Eagle. And by the way, you're all welcome. But the ones that if there were any if there were a shortage of places to sit, therefore there aren't. So, and also for those of you that are here, I'm not going to require you to be here. So if you find it more comfortable uh, not coming one or more days, I won't know that. I will keep track of that. It doesn't matter. And also, I'd like to mention that there's not going to be there's going to be a class next week, but the week after there's not going to be a class, and then there's going to be a class, but then the week after that there's not going to be a class, and so I will announce those, and I'll probably pre-record sessions. So, but by then you guys should be well on your way. Any question and answer I can take care of. During the rest of the periods. Okay, so so you click on one. So let me switch this student. Switch to student here. So I can switch to student. You know, in La Lima, I could register myself as a student. I could add myself in, but you can't do this here. It's like just you have to wait an EDU email address, and I only have one more email address, and I'll leave it in. That part. But anyway, so I'm just stuck seeing how it's chooses to show me what you see, and of course it's never going to be the same. So, all right, so I haven't bothered with any of these other nice widget things yet. I'm you don't have to go there. All you have to do is there'll be announcements here, and I think those turn into emails. I have figured out how to send out email blasts. Basically, just puts everybody in the BCC field. But anyway, it's this class, so you can click on. Okay, so everything is going to be in the content. So there's going to be the content and the grades. All the rest of the stuff, I don't know. You can explore it, and I know there's other ways to get to this place or that place, but content is just simply the overview. That's where the syllabus is. And I put everything in schedule as yours. So, so I'll go over this. I'll go over this in a moment, but here's the link to the textbook. And you can click on that link and you go directly to the textbook. It's either going to say, that you aren't registered or you haven't purchased the textbook, so all you would get is chapter 1. It'll show all these other chapters, but I think they'll be gray or something. We'll click on it. So, but it'll so you can actually and so you'll actually be able to see all the chapters. The bad news is that if you start doing work in chapter 1 and then later on you pay for it, then the work that you did before you paid for it was not carried over. So but so that's the thing. All right, so that's the textbook, and we're going to go through all the chapters of the textbook up to 16. Okay. 16 weeks in the class, and I've split up the textbook. That's one great thing about this textbook is that really, when you get the textbook, it's not broken up into 16 modules like this. I think it's like 12. And I've gone in and I've split it up and move stuff around. Like loops is really one chapter, but I've split it into 2 chapters because I've split it into 2 weeks. And it's just a lot easier all the way around if I just need everything at a time. Go back to the course overview. You can see that's what these are here. So um, in the textbook, there are participation activities, and there are challenge activities, and there are lab activities. Okay. Participation activities are just paying attention and clicking through all of the animations. Presumably, you'll be paying attention through them, but if it's like real late at night and you're not really paying too much attention, it's okay. Flip through them and you still get all the credit for them. So, but most of the time they're kind of interesting. They show different principles, different ways. Challenge activities are like little quizzes, or like they're not gonna be writing a program, but it might be a programming statement. You got to fill in some of the blanks, and you can keep. And I've set it so for these assessments where you actually have to get the right answer, and it doesn't tell you the right answer, you have to keep on doing it until you get the right answer. I have it set so you can try as many times as you need to try. It's the score that you'll escape. And challenge activities, if you go through them enough, you you try to do it and you get it wrong, what it'll do is it'll tell you the right answer. Then it'll have you try again, but it'll be a slightly different version of it, and it'll keep on doing that. And eventually you'll go through all the different versions, and eventually get those. And with the lab activities, those are actually little programs that you have to play, and there's videos for most of those. And during class periods, I'm going to be going through the chapters and doing a lot of the challenge activities and doing a lot of the labs. And so, like, if you don't understand something, you can wait, and that way, so it'll be worthwhile. So, all the class periods will be worthwhile to watch either live or in a video or in video. So, try to do an analysis of the video. So anyway, so and this is the breakdown of and everything is auto graded. Everything that as soon as you're done, it tells you how well you did, and if you don't like it, then you can put again and so everything's auto graded, and that some of the labs are pretty hard, and it'll take you half an hour or something to get it, or you'll watch the video on it, and it'll just be a video where I do it. And I explain along the way, but it can kind of, sometimes it can be kind of long. The idea is that stuff you can watch the video. But in the end, okay, but it's auto graded. Now, what that means is that there's due dates here, but if you don't get them done by those due dates, then you can still do them and you still get all the credit. Okay, so and then the next time I upload grades from textbook to the grade book, next time I do that, then any work you did on past chapters will be updated. So and it is for this reason that I don't really offer any extra credit. Extra credit is if you missed an assignment or you didn't get all the points on assignment, so you can make up for it by doing this other thing. Well, in my class, you just go back and do stuff you didn't do. You didn't get, you didn't get all the points on that lab. Well, go back and do the lab and get to the points the next time. Okay, so and also the reason I can do this is because it's all auto graded, and also not all instructors are going to do this. This is a class you're just starting out in community college. You're lucky that this one you have me. But the uh, bad news is that it is kind of a lot of work. I assign a lot of labs. It's not just 1 week. It's 2 or 3, and but you feel compelled to do it. But also there's a lot of help. Presumably at the end, you will have done these things so many times that it'll become kind of second nature, and that's what programming is all. And if you like it, then you'll continue. And if you don't like it, if you if you if you struggled, or if you find yourself you just can't get it, you always have to go look at the video and play it over again. And you run it, so you might watch the video, might type in what I type in the video, and then you run it and yours doesn't work. Okay, well, then you have to look at the error message and you have to understand what the error message says, and then you go back, oh, I typed that wrong. So that's probably what it would be, is that you missed a colon, or you spelled a word wrong, and the system helps you a lot, but the error messages can encrypted. But if you find that as a challenge and like a full puzzle to solve, the program is for you. If not, then you have this experience. You have the experience of writing code, and you know what writing code is all about. You're the perfect person to go into a job where you have to interface to the people that do the coding. You can talk the language, you understand what they got to do. They'll see you as someone that knows what they're talking about. But instead, you're configuring Salesforce, whatever the Salesforce people do that make all that money. Sure, but there's a class here at KCC. Take up. I have a nephew who does Salesforce stuff. He's an IT guy, and he does what I consider programming, but it's more configuring and putting modules together. And so he's somebody that took programming classes, but understands it. Smart guy. He doesn't code every day. There's other people that like to code every day. I kind of, Anyway, so this is the percentages of participation challenge and lab assignments. And some of these lab assignments are required. 20 of them are required. And then there's a bunch more. And you'll do the best 10 out of those. Best 10. So you pick 10 out of 17. So probably those are like maybe the harder ones. So you don't have to do all the hard ones. If you go to grades, that's the other relevant tab up here. You can see how you'll see these are all the participations for all the chapters, challenges. Sorry, you have to be organized this way because, and this is where I can these are all the labs, and the grader will take care of not counting the worst 7 out of the 17%. All right, so let's take a look at some of these things. Okay, so I think you can click on reporting, and then you can see the progress of yourself. And if ever now this happens, okay, if ever you are looking at your page and it shows progress 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%, and then you look on the grader here and it doesn't say 92 out of 92, 130 out of 130. If it doesn't say that, then there's something wrong, and it has to do with it's a Zybex problem. It has to do with when labs were originally created and then they get transferred over to the system. Sometimes things don't be set properly named. And so then tools that are used to upload to to Lamaku miss something. And so you always keep your eyes open, and you will never be uh, you will never be uh, accused of wasting my time by asking me to explain something. And lots of times there's especially with auto grade stuff. Okay, so let's do something here. So I'm going to start out with, so these are all the first two sections of, they're only participation activities. So these are what you have done. See, this is the whole class. I'm selecting anybody. But I don't think I have made it. I haven't made. All right. Well, this is the instructor version. I usually make another version for myself so I can go in and maybe see it's laid done already. But okay. So let's start with the first thing, and this way you can see what I mean by getting points or by doing participation. Um, so you go through and look here. They're talking about computers. There's inputs. And then there's a bunch of stuff that's done on the inputs, and then it's an output, blah blah blah. And then you look at this and you click through this. You do double speed if you want. That's so here's how a program works. It statement here, which is get the next input, and then waits for the keyboard, type it in, and that's what that shows. Then click the arrow, and it goes on to the next one. Now there's that. Now that's stored there. Then it adds the two together and creates a Z, and there's a Z. And then the last line is going to be output the Z. So we click there and step 4, it outputs the Z. Oh, now there's the Z. And I'm done. And look, I've got it checked. So I don't know how many points it was, but if it were just me, I would go back here and this would indicate that I got, of course, it's not going to get 100% until you get all the points in that section, which is, so if we go down farther, see where other participation activities. So here's things like how many instructions does the program have? Well, it's 4, but you can just you can do this, click this twice and it tells you the answer, and you can put that there, and and then I get the correct answer, and then I get the check mark. See, so but anyway, so you can go along and you answer all these questions, and you get check marks here, and then you get all those check marks there, then you get this check mark here, and keep on doing those. And basically, it's forcing you to like read the material, and you just go along and do these animations, and then you get the check marks here. Here you can just always just click until you get the right one. That's the sort of quote cheating. But really, what you should be doing and what you read it, you try to get the right answer. And then here's something where it actually will it's a program for drawing, and these are the commands. And so this is what it ends up with. Check mark there. But you can change this around and see how it changes. Okay, so that's section 1. Section 2, there's some more here. This is actually typing in Python. But let's go back and let's do a challenge. So it's a challenge here, basic input. Okay, so here we're This is an interesting chapter because it kind of gives you a brief overview of all of the Python statements. Doesn't go into depth. So here we're learning how to print stuff out to the screen. And so this is a program, prints hello there, there prints, what's that? And so here we're talking about the syntax of these statements. You notice the print, it's got a you have to the syntax of the print statement is the word print, and then there's parentheses, and inside the parentheses there's text that's quoted. So and the quotes have to be consistent. Either one, but it's got to be consistent. So this is not the right answer because there's no quotes. It's not quoted. This is quoted, but they're not the right quotes. This is the right. This is the correct way to print out this. And so I would say this is the answer. And for this one, it would be to print this out. Or no, you're printing out this whole thing. And so that would be this whole thing. So anyway. It would be NA. All right, so anyway, let's do a challenge. Okay, so this is a challenge activity. And you have to get the right answer before you get the points. Let's show you. So complete the program to print five print statements to the output. And you want to print this out. It looks like an 8. So that looks like an 8. So really what you're doing is you want to print 5 asterisks, and then you want to print an asterisk with 3 spaces inside, and then another asterisk. Okay, so those are the, and then you want to do this the 5 asterisks again, and so now we just put the solution here, and it would be something like print. That would be lowercase. And I'm going to use single quotes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Close. Then I'm going to do print asterisk 1, 2, 3 asterisk. Then I'm going to do the top one again, and I'm going to do it lazy way. I'm going to take this, copy it, put it here, and I'm going to take, actually, the super lazy way. I'm going to take these 2, copy it, put it out here, and paste it. So this is what, this should be the solution. This will print this. And let's see if it's right. Oh, look, all the tests pass. So I got the check. Fantastic. Now let's see, what else? Are there any other challenge activities here? Oh, it's a big long section. Okay, here, this is a fancier print statement. And what you can do is you can print something, and then this is how you print out the value of a variable. So here we have a variable which we assign the value for. So this is a variable that equals 4. So we print out this variable, we're doing that right here, it's going to print out a 4. Here we have a variable called vehicle underscore type, And we're assigning that this variable, we're assigning that this value. This is the value. So this is it's a string, it's a string of characters, a string of letters. It's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 letters. And you indicate that this is the string by enclosing it. Quotes. So anyway, then you can use a print statement. First thing you're doing is you're printing out a string, and then you're putting out a value. No, you're printing out the pickup truck has 4 wheels. Okay, and so that's what prints out. Would be this one. A pickup truck has 4 wheels. And the other thing about this print statement like this is that it'll always put a space in between. So from this, it's printing out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things. It's printing out 5 things. And it's printing them all out using just one print statement. And it'll always put a space in between the things that it prints out. So that's why you don't have to really count spaces. They'll just be this one. This one. All right. So anyway, that's print statements. Anything I missed here? Okay, well you can see that. Pretty easy. Is there another challenge we can do? So you should click through all these. Oh, this new line characters. So there's new line characters and tab characters. So the tab character is pressing the tab key up there. New line character is pressing the return key, the enter key. So what this does, this is going to print the letters NAME, and then it's going to print a tab character. That's what that is. And then it's going to print the letters JOB, and then it's going to print a new line character, and it stands for new line, which is the character turn thing. It's going to come back down below it. And then it's going to print out all of these dashes up to, and then it's done. And so that's what this is. It prints out the name and the tab, it prints out job, and then it prints out these lines. And here it prints out the word and, it prints out a tab, and then it prints out the word developer. And then a new line, and Joe, and the tab, and then so it prints that. So you should click through this to see that it does it. Well, that's how it works. So okay, so here's another kind of challenge. Yes.
So monitor turn off.
Huh?
Monitor so like a timer.
Well, I have to. What do I have to do?
Just touch.
Huh?
You can put cancel. Yes, cancel.
Next. Right. Okay. So this is another kind of challenge activity, and with these, usually what I'll do is I'll do a couple of them, and you have to do the remaining. So I'll do the first one and the third, and I can do that with my textbook. I can just help you, but you have to go back and look. When you do it that way, you have to go back and look at the video because you cannot skip. If I do the first and the third, you can't do the third with me because before you can do the third, you have to do the second. So I'm just gonna do the first and the second, and you can take it from there. They get harder as they go further on, but that's okay. So I'm gonna so here all right, let's just start. All right, so type the programs up. Okay, so now here I'm gonna type the programs up. Sam, oops, wrong key. Sam is nice. Period. And because it's a print statement, I have to make sure there'll be the enter. Don't forget, press the enter or return key. Okay, so that's now I check it. And yeah. All right. There we go. Let's do the next one. This is going to print Bob, followed by an enter key. Is followed by an enter key, followed by great. Bob is great. Oh, what did I miss? I missed the period. Let's see what happens. Oh, look at that. This is what I did. This is what it did as a result of. Now it may end up being like the result of a program or something. Right? So this is what mine was, but this is what was expected, and it highlights what was wrong. And so now what happens? Now I press next, and it gives me another chance. Wait, I think the name changed, right? Sam is that's period. Okay, now I'm gonna forget to press the enter key. Let's see what happens. Oh, that's what it looks like when we forget to press. That's a little ancient. So output is nearly correct. White space difference. All right, let's try this one more time. Oh, now I just fixed it. Nice. There we go. Okay, so that's how these challenge activities. Oh, here we have to print out. Okay, I'll do this one. Here we assign person agents a variable. Assign value 20. So here we're going to print out Bob is space and then 20. This adds a single space between the string. So I have to say Bob is colon space 20. Enter. So that's what you do. All right. Artie McFlawed. Okay, what else? Okay, converting input types. Okay, anyway, this is how you get something from the user, from the keyboard. So when this statement executes, it sits there waiting for you to type, the user to type something, and you have to end what you're typing, then enter. And then it takes what you typed in and stores it into this variable. Okay. This one will do that. Uh, program that accepts two unique user inputs, assign the first input into So the first one equals x, and the second one equals y, so I just x equals input. And then this left parentheses, right parentheses, that is supposed to indicate that it's a function. That it goes off and does something and comes back. This function, it's going to do something, and then it's going to return a value. This is going to end up being a value that gets stored into here. The other thing is that personally, I'm a minimalist, so I don't think it's so necessary to do all these dang spaces in between here and there and make everything spaced out and everything. I kind of like so I'll do either or any, and so you just have to kind of, but it's a personal preference. So you decide how you like your code to look, and then that's how you do it. And I'm never going to criticize how you make your code. All right, so now when you're typing in stuff from the keyboard, it's always you're always typing in a bunch of characters. Okay, so if you type a 1, a 2, and a 3, that's 3 characters. It's like this. You're typing a string of 3 characters, a 1 followed by a 2 followed by a 3. You write that this way, right? Okay, so it's actually these arranged in a certain order. But lots of times when you're typing in something that could be a number, oftentimes that's what you want. And so really, when you want to ask, for example, what someone's wage is, how much per hour they get, you would have an input function because you're waiting for somebody to type something on the keyboard, pressing the key. But then you want to convert that string of characters that they typed in, you want to convert that into a number. In fact, in this case, you want to convert it into an integer. So you want to convert, in this case, you want to convert 8 8. So you want to take the 8 and you want to convert it into the number 8, not the character 8. Character 8 is represented one way, except, and the number 8 is represented different. And so you want it to be the number 8 instead of the character 8. So you have to put this int thing around. You have to take the input from the user, and then you want to wrap that in this int function, which is going to convert it into the numbering. Now, for this int function to work, the user better type in just digits, because if the user types in something other than digits, then it's going to cause an error, and you get an error message. And user expected digits, but got letters. So there's the 8, and then we're going to take the wage, we're going to add 10 to it, store that into new wage, and then so one interesting thing that I wonder is that, here we're printing out a string of characters, but here we put a number, but really we want to print out a string of characters. Okay, well, so how does this, so really there's like an implicit type change going on. System is going. So you know that this is a number, but really, if it's something inside of a print statement, you want to convert this number into the actual characters that you want to send out to the screen, just like you send these characters. So that's can't be. All right, so this input statement, you can actually put something inside parentheses here, a string, and it'll print that a lot. It'll print that out, and then wait for your input. So in other words, when this statement executes, the way a statement executing works is it first evaluates the right side of the equal sign. It evaluates the right side, and that's going to turn into some sort of value, and then that value is going to get stored into the left side. So now what this right side does is it's going to go to the innermost function, start with the innermost function, and that's this thing. And this is an input statement. And what it's going to do is first it's going to print this out, then it's going to sit there and wait for the user to type in something. So it's first going to display this out, and then it's going to wait for the user to type in. In this case, the user types in 12. And then, so this becomes the character 1 followed by the character 2. And then this int thing takes character 1 followed by character 2 and converts that into the value 12. And then the value 12 gets stored in this variable here. And then this print statement here is going to, first it's going to evaluate this expression, and it's going to take the value of 12 multiplied by the value of hours, which is 8, multiplied by the value for weeks, which is 52. That's going to end up being the value 41,600. But here we have this print statement, and we want to print out SALARY space IS, and then a space because it's a comma. And then whatever this is, but print that out as characters, not as some number that's stored in one memory location. It's actually, we want to print out the character 4, followed by the character 1, followed by the character 6, followed by the character 0, followed by the character 0. So anyway, that's what's going on in there. So here, that's what this does. In fact, here in this textbook, there's these little window things here that you can see. So let's see how this executes. Here we put what the input is doing. And so in this program, there's going to be one input for this. There's going to be one thing that's input for that. That statement executes. And then it's going to take this and it's going to convert whatever that is into the actual value. And then it's going to store that value into this variable here. And then it's going to print this, and all that's going to do is going to print a return. It's going to print a return after the user types in whatever the user typed in. It's going to multiply that by 7. It's going to dog user input. So if we run this, run it, and this is a really good example. Okay, so they printed this out. Printed that out. And then the user typed in the 3, and we don't really see that. We don't see the 3 here because it's up here. But then after that, it prints a return, And where's that? That's the return from here. And so now it's down here, and here it's printing out 3 human years is about. There's, okay, you see too many things here. This makes it so it's not going to turn key afterwards. It's going to go straight to this. You have a question?
Yeah, I was just kind of curious, because would the input for 3 be on the second line? Like, would it be like print 3, or like would it be in human years, like after that string, colon, and then 3, finishing?
Uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right. And I shouldn't have even started. The problem with this textbook is that this isn't really a realistic way of how it works. Okay, so what you're supposed to do is write the program, and then and then anticipate that there's going to be an input here. And what's displayed out is not really accurate, because really this should display out before this 3 is typed in. This 3 here is a result of this thing. See, so you never really see the user typing this. So let's see. Let me just go to. Go to See, this is showing this Xylos is kind of evolving from this old way of doing it, where you have to put in the predefined in, and it's not not really accurate, because let's see. Okay, let's say input. Okay, let's do input name equals input enter. Okay, enter your name, and then can I type something? Oh yeah, okay. Joe. Enter. Center. Okay, low George. Nice. I must have made this. Yeah, a low. Yeah, right that one. Okay. So this is really how this. Whereas if we were to do, where was that? That was in. That was here, right? So yeah, here it is. Okay. Okay, yeah, see, so yes, that was confusing. Let's just take this program, copy. Let's go back over here. We can do this. Maybe. I'm gonna put this here. Now it should run like how you say it should. Okay, so let's run the program. First thing it says is name, enter dog, age of dog in years. Right here, I should be able to type 4. Enter. 4 human years is about 20. And so, so I entered the 4, and then I pressed the enter key because that's how it got it. And then that put a space, that put me down here. Then, this thing is what put me back down here. That put me down here. And then that's where the 4 output and the human years is about, that's this. Human years is about, and then there's a space, and then 28, which is 7 times. So and I think almost all the labs, when you're doing the labs, you should be able to do them this way. But some of the examples, like back the example we saw, they do it this other way, where they want you to put the 4, they want you to put the predefined. So I'm going to put a 5 here. Then I'm going to run the program again and see if it actually.
The type all together, it's like. Submissions.
Yeah, right. And when we first started using Zybos, this is the only way there. This is the only way you did it. And in fact, the first lab was explaining all. But then they finally upgraded it, and now you have this window like that. It's funny. But a lot of examples are still. All right, so that was this one, and I never submitted the correct answer. So should be able to load the default template, and then say the answer is. Oh, by the way, some of these, if there's a word practice, that means that you should be able to actually see the solution. I actually include the solution. Okay. Solutions here. Whereas if it doesn't say practice, it's not going to show the solution. Okay, so a lot of these should be pretty easy. And of course, the idea is you try to do it on your own, and if you finally can't get it, then you can look at the solution. You can convince yourself that that's the correct answer, and you can go in and actually put it in here. Then you can submit mode, grading, and I got it. And so that's 10 points, 10 out of 10, and that's what the labs are. So when you go over here, these are the participation activities. There's 92 points worth in chapter 1, 130 points in chapter 2, and get them all through all sections. Challenges, it's not quite as many points, but it's worth a little more. And then the labs are all 10 points apiece. So I would have got okay, the required ones are the first. I think the first 3 are required, and the last one's not. So in this the first chapter, first 3 are required, and the last one is not. The last one is one of the ones that are optional. And so and you can always go back. So if you want, you can skip the optional ones until maybe you find one that you really think will be easy or something, whatever. You can wait till the very end. The everything is due like the weekend after the last day of finals. So you want to keep up as much as you can. Then, I plan it this way. Okay, so you take all your other classes, take all the finals and all your other classes, you finish up all your other classes, and then you have the weekend after that, go back and get points in my class, and you can, and I'll be uploading the scores, uh, often during that time, probably every day, Saturday and Sunday, Monday, I think it's the last time. And that will catch up. So anyway, if we take a look at what those three required labs are, if this class goes to take a look at these required labs, which is important. Points are the hardest ones. Overview of coding practice problems. Okay, so these are the practice problems. These are the ones that have practice in the name. So here's one with practice in the name. So those are the ones where I give you the answers, where you can see the instructor solution. Okay, so and then so this asterisk is misleading. The asterisks that just say it from lab, they are the more difficult labs. And did I? There are videos for a lot of these, and I don't remember. I have to give you a link to the videos, to what videos are on. They're on a spreadsheet, and I did not include them. I don't have that here. They that link will be here. To add all of these links to your class, to the Llama Group class, because these are links to previous semester playlists, and there's a lot of common, there's a lot of common sections and a lot of common chapters. But this one here, it's got a bunch of. Now these numbers are often, these numbers are gonna be different because I move stuff around. But you should be able to tell by the names of them. But anyway, this particular spreadsheet copy, I want that to be here somewhere. I'm gonna open it. The tent. How do I have it? I don't know. I have it. So I'm gonna do something. Okay, so if you're given. Oh, and I'm sorry, I have to put this on the other list. Can't get to. I don't know if this is this class or not, but you go here, and I'll put this on the other one. Go to content, go to course overview, you go down here, should be able to click here. This brings you to the spreadsheet that's got a lot of links to videos, and these link to right exactly the exact spot for our apps.
Let's see, drawing costs.
So anyway, and I gotta add this to the other one too. Anyway, all right, so let's go back to. Okay, so in this, for example, this lab, this is a more difficult one. You basically just go step by step through each of these, and for this one, you can click submit and submit your work along the way, and it gives you partial credit. And so you can kind of see how you do this incremental development. That's what they're calling it now, incremental development. Back when I was learning programming, they called it stepwise refinement. Step by step, refine the program into what you want. So here we would start out by going step one, read the input in area code, prefix, and line number. So you're going to read 3 integers like this. And then you're going to output this, and this, and then this, and then the and then the phone number in this form. So that's the first thing you have. Okay, so let's try to do that. Input first. Let's input area equals input. And then prefix equals input. And what is it? Last 4 digits called? Last 4 equals input. Then I'm going to say print something. And print something. And then print something. Right? Print this. Single quote, I'll leave single quotes and that. Print this. This is lazy program. Okay, lazy, you notice that it automatically puts in those parentheses for you. And then here I gotta print out this. Okay, I'm gonna take advantage of the spaces. Can't take advantage of those. Okay, this, copy. Can you see the mistake? Terrible mistake I'm making. This should go here. Here. This. Here. This. So I'm going to take advantage of this space there. Here. Okay. Then I want to print this 555 on our print area prefix last. So over here, comma, and you can concatenate strings together. Okay, well, you know, use the str. All right, well, we're just gonna put the answer here. First, I'm gonna do a single quote. Now I'm gonna do parentheses. There's the parentheses over it gets to. There's the parentheses there, and then um, you can concatenate strings by using a plus. If we're talking about strings, then a plus sign concatenates, which means it just attaches the next one onto the first one. If you use a plus sign with numbers, of course, it adds. But when you use a plus sign with strings, concatenate. So first I want to concatenate this left parentheses. Then I got to concatenate the area code, but I want to concatenate the area code. Oh, and it's a string. I never converted it to an integer, so I don't have to. So I'm good. I'm good. Just plus area plus, and then I got to do the quote, the closed parentheses. Okay, and then I got to do plus prefix plus single quote hyphen and single quote plus last quote. Last quote. And because they're strings, because I never converted them into integers, so this area code is going to be the character. These are 3 characters, 4 characters. This should work. All right. Now, what happens when I just run it?
Does it need like at the end there, does it need another quote and then like parentheses, or does it auto like?
There's not another. There's just this end parentheses here,
Okay.
and that's this one.
Oh, okay.
And then there's the 3 digits here, which is that one, and then and then the 3 last 4 digits, and I call it last 4. So tell me I should call it something special. And okay, so all right, so I'm gonna run this. Run. And so it's running, and it's probably waiting for me to type something. So I'm going to click here, and I'm just going to type 808, enter. Run. 808, enter. My number is, if you want to text me, just 371 743. By the way, that's the way to get hold of me. Text me. The first time you text me, tell me who you are. I get a lot of junk text messages, so you say I'm somebody from ITS128. Okay, so it does that. Just like I thought it would. So now I can submit, and I should get submit for grade. What? I think that is all supposed to be entered on the same line. Maybe that's. So that could be difficult. Oh, here it's saying a way to print on it. Anyway, all right, so it's past the time, I will figure this out and I'll probably do a follow-up, video. Look forward to that. Any questions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you said we don't have to come to the class, we do it all on the computer, and that won't affect our attendance or anything?
Yeah, right, there's no explanation.
Okay.
Not all instructors are this way, okay? So don't go around somebody else saying, well, you know, helps and let's do this, okay? All right. Thanks. Yes. Thanks a lot.